Atul Wassan debuted in Test cricket against New Zealand at Christchurch on 2 February 1990. His last Test match was against England at the Oval on 23 August 1990. Atul Wassan debuted in ODI cricket against New Zealand at Dunedin on 1 March 1990. His last ODI match was against Sri Lanka at Eden Gardens, Kolkata, on 4 January 1991. Atul Wassan played 4 Test matches and took 10 wickets with a bowling average of 50.40. His best bowling of 4 for 108 and the highest score of 53 against New Zealand at Auckland in 1990 doesn't help much as the match ends in a dull draw. Atul Wassan scored mere 94 runs in Test cricket. Atul Wassan played 9 ODI matches and took 11 wickets with a strong bowling average of 25.72. His best bowling of 3 for 28 against Sri Lanka at Cuttack in Asia Cup 1990 goes in vain as India lost that ODI by 36 runs. Atul Wassan's first-class and List A records were mighty impressive. He played 80 first-class matches and took 290 wickets with a very good bowling average of 28.21. He also scored 1,310 runs in first-class cricket with 2 centuries in his kitty. In List A, he played 53 matches and took 65 wickets with a super strong bowling average of 25.55. He also scored 370 runs in first-class cricket with 1 century in his kitty. Atul Wassan was a sturdy and hard-working medium pacer who did a decent job under the circumstances on 2 tours for India in 1990. Indeed, he got the most wickets for India, 7, in the series in New Zealand, where he played all 3 tests. Although he came under the hammer from Ian Smith in the 3rd test at Auckland, going for 24 in 1 over, he finished with his career best figures of 4 for 108. His Test and Tour averages were also the best among all the seamers, Kapil and Prabhakar included, on both the tours of New Zealand and England. The averages themselves were not very flattering though, as the Indian bowlers took some fearful stick from Graham Gooch and company in England. With a bag of 6 for 89 against Glamorgan, Wassan pressed his way into the 11 for the 3rd test at the Oval, after which he was surprisingly cast aside. Wassan's last appearance in national colours was at the Asia Cup in 1990-1991 when he was part of the victorious 11 that beat Sri Lanka in the final at Eden Gardens. All his 4 tests were abroad and his Test career ended at the age of 22. He had a fairly successful Ranji career, picking up 213 wickets at 23.78 and was no slouch with the bat either, with a century against Bengal in the 91-92 Ranji quarters to his name.